On the Deerfield Athletics YouTube channel, I am Robert Crable, joined alongside Joshua Koifman, coming to you live once again from Paul Adams Field of Deerfield High School for today's IHSA Class 3A TRB sectional.
It's a great day at Adams Field, a great sunny day. The weather did not interfere with our track event today, and an important day for these athletes as they get ready for sectionals for a possibility to qualify for state. This is where their journey starts. It's great that it's hosted here at Adams Field. A bit windy from up top here, Robert, but nonetheless, the sun is coming down, and it feels like summer already.
Absolutely. Deerfield High School is pleased to host this championship level meet, and head coach Ryan Brown and his staff welcome participating schools Hersey, Deerfield, Maine West, Evanston, Glenbrook South, Highland Park, Lake Forest, Prospect, Notre Dame, Glenbrook North, Maine East.
So on the screen right now, you see the teams that are participating. Robert, please say what they are again.
It is going to be Deerfield in lane 1, Glenbrook South in lane 2, Notre Dame in lane 3, Evanston in lane 4, Lake Forest in lane 5, Niles North in lane 6, and Maine East in lane 7. These are the this is the field for the 4x800 meter relay. The meet managers today are Deerfield Athletic Director Nate Flannery, Assistant Athletic Director Molly Tomlinson, and Deerfield Boys Head Coach Ryan Brown. The head timer and scorer is Ben Palmberg of PFV Performance. Athletic trainers Dr. Bree Semino and Carl Lindblad. A special note of thanks to the Deerfield Booster Club, whose ongoing support, along with that of the Deerfield High School administration, is responsible for the addition of our scoring system and our scoreboard here at Paul Adams Field. Thank you to our principal, Dr. Catherine Anderson, and
the zone is not set. And then flip those if you would.
Just zooming in here on some field events.
Bob Shields in 1, Jim Davis in 2, and Michael Gibbs in zone 3. Please raise the red portion of your flag until your zone is secure.
So we just had 5 teams qualified for state in that last lap.
Today's shot put in 6th place from Lake Forest, Tim Dan. A throw of
We are sorry for the technical difficulty we had. We were not heard for the last pretty much a bunch of this. We just had 2 races. 5 teams qualified for state in that last event. Now we're heading to the 4x100 event. It's going to be fun. A lot of quick, short sprints.
Of Arlington Heights, Hersey.
So we had Glenbrook South, or Glenbrook North, or now we have Glenbrook North, Deerfield, Niles, Lake Forest, Notre, Highland Park, and Maine East.
Schenkenfelder, and your Class 3A Deerfield sectional champion. A throw of 47.43 meters, equivalent to 155 feet 7 inches from from Hersey, Logan Farrell.
We have our confirmed results from the last event. Mount Prospect finishing first place with a time of 7:55. Hersey was in second, losing by .16. Then Notre, then GBN, Loyola, Niles West, Highland Park, Wheeling, GBS, then Deerfield. So the first place finisher in the previous was, I believe, Deerfield, something similar to that. But they only finished 10th, so we really had a very fast second heat. We are now preparing for our next event, the boys 4x100. 7 teams competing in this. They're going to run half of the track, past the baton. Or no, a quarter of the field they're going to run. It's going to be very quick. 1 full lap to win. They're all lined up, ready to go.
Notre in lane 6, Highland Park in lane 7, Maine East in heat 1 of the 4x100 meter relay timed final.
State qualifying time is 42.99. Let's see if we can accomplish it.
It's going to be a very quick race, less than a minute, about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And
this should be a very electric moment here on Paul Adams
Field.
Field.
Be very quick. You don't want to miss it. Pistol's been shot. We are up. The sprinters are going. Hard to tell who's in first because they all started in different lanes. And the importance of passing the baton correctly. You can lose valuable seconds there. I think that's Lake Forest that could be in the lead right now. Before they even start, they are already passing it. It's passed again. We have a clear top 2 right now, but they're going to have to run a further distance. Clear first place in the final pass. We're already at 30 seconds, so they're all going to be state qualifiers. We have a clear first place.
I think they can do it. I think they can do it.
Then Notre Dame. Oh, only Lake Forest is going to make it. Everyone else short by just a bit. 42.99, 43 seconds. Oh, Lake Forest didn't even get it. Wow. Lake Forest missed it by 0.5 of a second.
Qualifying standard on the score.
Never give it up.
99.
Now that was close.
Heat 1 results.
I thought they would get it,
Here's
but slow down a bit near the end. You always got to push it to the end.
1, Maine West.
Yeah.
Is in 2,
I like
Glenbrook
to
South
see
in
the
3
state
and 4,
qualifying
Prospect.
overlay on our scoreboard. It'll really excite the fans.
Loyola Academy in 6 in lane 7, Niles
I like
North.
these events
And
where
in
they're
lane
very
8,
quick.
heat
You got
2,
a
time
1
finals,
minute lap,
4
and then you
by
get
100
new
relay,
runners on.
Niles West.
So, the time to beat, to qualify for state,
This is the third
IHSA,
and final
does
call
not
for the
change. You need
110
a
meter
tad less than 43. We have
Second
new
call,
runners who
100
are
meter
ready
dash.
for the challenge.
First
No one
call,
in Heat 1 could do
800
it.
meter run.
Can it be
First call.
done in this heat?
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you just tuning in, we are currently in the second heat of the 4x100 relay. We had 2 heats of the 4x800, and we had our first heat of the 4x100. Second heat of the 4x100 relay. We had 2 heats of the 4.
We thank all of you for tuning in right now. We would love interacting with you. If you have any questions to put in the chat about this event or any reactions, this is DSI Broadcasting Track Sectionals meet here at Adams Field. We are live from here. We have Heat 2 of the 4x100 relay. Our next teams are lining up, preparing, doing their warm-up exercises to be ready.
And also about to occur in front of us is Deerfield baseball versus Niles Notre Dame.
Okay, the teams are looking a bit ready. Pistol's gonna be fired.
One is set.
And in 43 seconds, we're gonna find out if any of these teams have qualified for state in
Zone
this
2 is
event.
set.
Right now, the first 2 zones are clear.
Zone 3 is set.
Now is zone 3. What do you expect to see here, considering this being the second heat of a fast relay?
Well, I think these athletes just saw that no one in the first heat beat the time, so they know they're going to need to up their game. It's not going to be that easy because no one did it before. It's at every single stride. Half a second is what made that difference last time. So you always got to push yourself to the max for the 100 meters that you're running. They're about to go in the pistol. Shot, it's shot. Here they go.
In Heat 2 of 2, 4x100 meter relay, the state qualifying time on your score.
Niles West is their first to pass the baton. Niles West in the lead, but they are on the outer track. Here comes a quick burst from what appears to be Loyola. Loyola looks to be at first. They pass the baton again. We are at 23 seconds. It's gonna have to be very quick. They're gonna need 10 seconds to run. They are all neck and neck. We have a clear top 3. Top 4 going in it. They have 7 seconds left. 4. Are they gonna make it? 41, 42. I think they look like it made it. I think we have at least 3 teams from that made it. It was very close. We're gonna wait for the time to be posted. Glenbrook South,
Yes!
Glenbrook North made it. Prospect made it. Anybody else waiting for third place? It's gonna be very close. It's a hard
Palmberg
job to
is
be
posting
timing
the
this. It
results.
comes down to the millisecond.
Yeah. Palmberg
And
just getting
Loyola
those
made
results
it.
up.
We do have our top 3 that made it. So this heat was, we've seen this second heat is much faster. Evanston missed it by 0.010 or 0.10 of a second. That is to be tough to miss it by that much.
2-1, all state qualifiers.
We have 3 state qualifiers from that event. Congratulations to those schools and the athletes involved in it. Do we have another heat of this, or are we going to be moving on to our next event?
Let's see.
We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more events to go. Those schools and the athletes involved in it. We are transitioning to our next event, which is the boys 3,200 meters. one runner running the whole way. 3,200, that is 2 miles. Wow. It's going to be a long event. I don't know, but some of these athletes could run a mile in 4 minutes, so this could really be like 8 minutes or 9 minutes of a whole event. And also going to test the endurance of these athletes. Running 2 miles could be a difficult task. Also, when you're doing it in under 10 minutes. So you're around 8 minutes to run a mile. So I don't know how these athletes could do it in twice that speed.
The state qualifying standard in this event, 9:35.94.
We should be getting some heats assigned for this because we currently have 13 people who signed up to take this this event. The starting field for this event is posted at the top corner of our screen.
Here's the field for Heat 1. Competitors will be wearing hip numbers. Wearing hip number 1 from Glenbrook South, Spencer Rudolph. 2 will be Henry Lato, also up south.
Let's go through our heats.
Maine East,
Heat
Adam
1
Mosick will
from
wear 3.
Glenbrook,
North,
Spencer
Hayato
Rudolph.
Mayoros,
Lane 2,
4.
also
5 will
from
be Colin
Glenbrook,
Hall
Henry
of Prospect.
Lato.
Glenbrook
Lane
North,
3
Matthew Rubin,
from
6,
Maine East,
7,
Adam
Ryan Jones,
Rozek.
Deerfield.
From Glenbrook in
Wheelings
Lane
Wilbur
4,
Bahena
Hayato
will wear 8.
Mahoris.
9 will be Daniel
From
Fenner
Prospect,
from
Colin
Niles
Au,
West.
or
Notre
Off.
Dame's Emmett
And
Kizor
Lane
will wear
5
10.
from Glenbrook
His
in Lane
teammate
6,
Ryan
Matthew
Spile,
Rubin. Lane 7
11.
from
12
Deerfield,
will be
Ryan
worn
Jones.
by
From Wheeling
Jacob
in Lane 8,
Basu of Niles
Wilbur
West. And hip
Bahena.
number 13.
In Lane 9 from
In
Niles
Heat 1 and
West,
2 of the
Daniel
3,200
Tanner.
meter
Lane
run
10,
time
Evan
final
Kisser from
Wheeling,
Notre Dame.
Juan
Also
Sierra.
from Notre Dame, Ryan Simphow in Lane 11. Lane 12 from Niles West, Jacob Basu.
The top
And
recorded time in this event
and Lane
statewide
13 is Wheeling
was provided
Juan
last
Sierra.
night at the DeKalb Sectional.
And to make state for
where
this,
Belvedere
it's going to
Notice
need to be
Evan
9
Horgan
minutes,
ran
35 seconds,
9:06.91.
0.94. 30 seconds less than 10 minutes. It's going to be a long event. It's going to be interesting to see where everybody finishes in it. And the mile, especially the 2 mile, it's all about pacing. You want to go every lap and speed up your pace every single time. And when you finish, you should really be the fastest you're going the entire lap, although you're tired.
Exactly. And Josh, something to pay attention for as we get into actual long distance racing is hip numbers. So you're going to see hip numbers attached to the runner's hips.
Administration reminders, and that is that number 1, only
And usually they correspond to the lane numbers.
You're not an athlete, you're not a member of the Deerfield community supporting this event. Please take a seat in the stands or along the fence on the perimeter.
Our clerk of the course, Samantha Brown, getting these runners situated and ready to run.
In some cases, hurdles have been set up to aid you with that, but please stay behind the white faded line for your safety and that of your fellow competitors. Thank you.
Sam Brown, a special education teacher, field hockey coach, and girls track and field coach. She just had her second child recently. His name is Hayden. So congratulations to coaches Ryan and Sam Brown, who are actually a couple. And here's the boys' head coach, Ryan Brown, the other clerk of the course. They're just giving the runners here some instructions. Little bit of a sneak peek as to who's running here. We got Deerfield, Glenbrook North, Prospect, Wheeling, Maine East, Glenbrook
The
South.
3200 field for Heat 1 is on the track. We'll make some finals announcements in the shot put once this event is underway, early in this event.
Looks like we got some shot put results coming up.
Here's a reminder to spectators that we've made several times this afternoon. Please listen in for this important announcement. Parking is not available to the north of the stadium in the two properties, including the eye storage facility and the veterinary hospital. The veterinary hospital has indicated that your car may be towed. If you're parked at the veterinary hospital, please move your car back onto campus.
Our press box operators
And
tonight.
they're off for
Here's
this
an addendum to that parking
very long
notification
run.
if you're in one of those two lots. There is also additional space further north along Waukegan Road
11
in
seconds
the
into it.
Bannockburn Plaza Corporate Center.
A lot
You
of
may
yellow
park in
and
the
green at
corporate
the
center
front. But again, it's
north
about
of the
pacing.
two lots that
We
are
got
prohibited for
Glenbrook
spectator
South
parking.
in the
Once
lead.
again, if you're in the eye storage lot
Glenbrook
at the
North
veterinary
and
hospital,
Wheeling fighting to
please
get
move your-
third. Now it's Wheeling. He gets third now.
They're going to have
Here are the
8
final
laps
results
around
in the
this.
shot put.
Now, to put it into perspective,
Qualifying
earlier, the
standard
state
to go
time
to
for
Charleston
this
in the
is
shot put
9 minutes
is
and 35 seconds. So
15.97
if
meters
you get
of
that,
throw
that's
of
like a really
roughly
amazing time
52
you're heading
feet
to
5
state.
inches.
Earlier today, we had the 800 by
In
4
sixth place
event,
from Prospect High
and
School,
that
Tommy
was
Joel,
the
a
same
throw of
distance, but the difference is
14.75 meters.
every 2 laps you get fresh legs.
East,
And the top
Roman
time there was
Mullen
8 minutes. So that just
to
shows you how
14.88
these guys,
meters,
without
straight up
having
for fifth
fresh
place. In
legs,
fourth
are
place,
only slower by around a minute and a half
15.43 meters
compared
from
to
Notre Dame,
when you
Ryan
get
Wilson.
new runners every 4 laps. That's
And
truly
in third
amazing to
place,
show the difference by
with a
that.
state qualifying throw. A state qualifying throw of 16.00 meters from Hersey, Logan Farrell. Also a state qualifier in second place from Prospect with a throw of 16.03 meters, 52 feet 7 1/4 inches, Chance Rolfe. And your Class 3A Deerfield sectional champion from Hersey with a throw of 17.32 meters, 56 feet 10 inches, Will Nolan. Congratulations to Logan Farrell, Chance Rolfe, and Will Nolan, all IHSA state qualifiers.
I'd like to take a moment to recognize the operators in the press box. Our public address announcer, Randy Oberempt, former athletic director and track coach. We got Nick Krishnan on the clock and Ian Van Every working our beautiful video board. Right here on the stream, I am Robert Crable alongside Josh Koifman. As we approach 6 laps to go, Henry Lato is in the lead.
Really have a very clear top 6 right now. There's 2 more approaching. We have GBS in the top 2. This is their second lap. They're gonna finish. Actually, Prospects in first right
That's
now.
Prospects Colin Awe.
As Colin
also
Awe,
Henry Lato and Spencer Rudolph of
truly an
Glenbrook
awe to
South.
see him run.
currently in fourth, that's Hayato Mayoros of Glenbrook North. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. As we had to complete the first 1,600 meters.
First 1,600 meters in the books for the 3,200 meter.
Is that halfway already?
Yep.
They're only at 4:20, so if they keep up this pace, I think everyone here could be state qualifier, but it always gets harder the longer, the further you go. This is already a mile they ran at 4:20, which is amazing already. Prospect still at first, 2 GBS, second and third.
We've got Colin Awe and Spencer Rudolph, 1 and 2 with a mile to go.
Just 5 minutes into this race here. On average, these events take about 9 to 10 minutes. But let's see if we're going to beat the state qualifier of 9:35.94. Prospect in the lead, Glenbrook North and Deerfield. Correction, Glenbrook South in second, then Deerfield, then Glenbrook North. Wearing hip number 5, Colin Awe of Prospect.
Colin Awe is still keeping the lead. Great performance.
Spencer Rudolph, 1. Ryan Jones of Deerfield, Spencer Rudolph of Glenbrook South, and Glenbrook North's Hayato Mayoros. That's 1 through 4. 3 laps to go.
3 laps remaining here in the 3,200 meter. As Deerfield is now in first. Deerfield now in the lead.
Oh yeah, great push there.
Yeah,
Even in the
Matthew.
top 3 earlier, but here they are.
Ryan Jones, correction, wearing hip number 7 for the Warriors this evening for the Knights. For the Knights, we have wearing hip number 5.
Ryan Jones,
They
Colin
still have
Awe.
2 laps left. 7:22, so they're gonna have
Spencer Rudolph
2
and Hayato
minutes to
Mayoros.
finish
That's
2 laps. Might be
Ryan
hard to get a
Jones and
state
Colin
time. They're
Awe.
gonna need a
Deerfield and
minute
Mount
per
Prospect.
lap.
800 meters
It's
to
gonna be
go.
hard when they already have 6 laps under them. But let's see how it happens.
Just under 2 minutes until the state qualifying. Ryan Jones of Deerfield, followed by Colin Awe of Prospect.
Deerfield has taken a much greater lead now, expanding it. They're gonna need to finish this lap in about 20 seconds. Unlikely to happen to be within 1 more minute for the state qualifying time. Not sure we're gonna have anybody in this heat qualify for state. It's still been a great performance. Running, oh, we do have actually, or it's first or last for us, I think.
This
have
is
a
first place.
Lead
Lapping
leader,
here.
Ryan Jones. This is the bell lap. Lead leader Ryan
Final
Jones.
lap.
Colin Awe of Mount Prospect.
He's gonna need to finish this lap in
Hayatos Mayoros of
45
Glenbrook
seconds
North.
starting now.
1, 2, and 3.
To
400
get
meters
the
to
state
go.
qualifying time. He's down to 35 seconds. But still, an amazing performance. Qualifying for state is no easy thing. And to run 2 miles in under 10 minutes is very difficult. So are pretty much the best of the best in our section going at it. Now it's 10 seconds left until we reach the state qualifying time.
Jones coming around the curve here.
And we've already surpassed our state qualifying time.
Here's your heat leader, Ryan Jones.
Ryan Jones.
100 meters to go for Ryan Jones.
That's Adam Morozic of Maine East. Adam Morozic of Maine East and Colin Awe. Now Colin Awe.
We're now down to 10 minutes. And Jones finishes at 10:10.
Unofficially, Jones, Awe, and Adam Morozic of Maine East.
And
Unofficially.
then second place was Awe, and then third place was Morozic. This event nears its conclusion now. As we have one more runner left to finish. And then after this, let's take a look at what's ahead.
We actually have 2 heats for the 3,200 meter run.
Second call, 800 meter run. First call, 4x200 meter relay. First call.
As we end the first heat, we got our 3 leaders, Ryan Jones, Colin Awe, and Adam Morozic. They all have personal records. We also got Matthew Rubin, Ryan Simpow, Jacob Bassiou with personal records, Emmett Kizor, Wilbur Bahena also with PRs. So even though they didn't get the state qualifying time, what amazing work here by these runners here today.
3,200 meter run, time final, 13 competitors. Wearing hip number 1.
Our next event
from
now
Notre,
is
Green.
110
Highland Park is
meters.
wearing 2. Liam Naughton is wearing 3 from Hersey. Highland Park's Nate Weiner 4. Number 5 will be worn by Felix Hester of Notre. Niles North, Ari Elmayan wearing 6. 7 will be Evan Parker of Niles North. Loyola Academy's Ben Howland 8. Hip number 9, Jack Murphy of Prospect. From Evanston Township wearing 10, Arbor Bombasi. And 11, an Evanston teammate, Sam Froome. Number 12 will be AJ Spienti of Hersey. And wearing number 13 in a field of 13 in Heat 2 of 2 from Deerfield, John Wool. State qualifying time once again, 9:35.94.
9:35.94. Currently, we are underway.
Yep, there's the pistol, and they're off. This is the second lap of the 3,200 meters. It's going to be about another 10 minutes until this wraps up. Then we'll see if we have any state qualifiers from here who can beat the time of 9:35.94.
Unofficial heat leaders are Notre, Highland Park in 2 and 3. So Notre in 1, Highland Park in 2 and 3. We have 7 laps to go. 75 seconds into the race here. Notre still in the lead. Nice packed event here. Not really a huge gap. Leading for the Trevians is wearing hip number 1, Ben Crane.
Highland Park and Felix Hexter of Notre, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go here. And it looks like Deerfield baseball versus Niles Notre Dame is underway in front of us. All runners just passing the visitor bleachers. What a beautiful day for track and field. Want to thank once again all the meet managers, our athletic administration, and head coach Ryan Brown and his staff.
Still Crane, Weiner, Hatum.
We got Ben Crane still in the lead here for the Trevians.
And Howland of Loyola. 1 through 6.
Ben Crane still leading. He's still staying hot here. Coming up from behind, we got Nate Wenner and Hatam.
Highland Park, Ryan Hatum of Highland Park, and Felix Hexter of Notre, 1 through 4.
Felix Hexter in 4th place. We got 4 laps left.
1,600 meters to go.
13 runners here on the track for the 3,200 meter second heat. Current time is 4:57 Central Time here in Deerfield, Illinois. It looks like the shot put and discus events have concluded. We still got some jumping events.
1,200 meters to go. No change in the leaders, 1 through 5.
Oh, it looks like those are over now.
We've got 800 plus meters to go. That's Ben Crane and Nate Weiner.
Ben Crane, Nate Weiner.
Also Brian Hatum of Highland Park. Hexter of Notre, Mayan of Niles North.
2 laps to go in the 3,200 meter. Let's see if this time we're going to get to the state qualifier of 9:35.94.
So far the time is 7:45, so they're about 2 minutes off from the state qualifying time. Let's see how many laps they have left in a second.
Here are your heat leaders. We're on the bell lap.
It's the final lap.
Nate Weiner,
They,
Ben Crane,
this is great.
Brian
They're in
Hatum,
top 3 position, and they're gonna have a minute and 20 seconds to make this lap. If they do that, all 3 of them are gonna be state qualifiers.
Under 400 meters
They've
to go.
been really fast. Even 4th place and 5th place just need a minute lap. They put themselves in a great position, and I think they're gonna get it. They still have a minute left now, and they're already halfway through. We could have 3 qualifiers from this lap. So far what we learned is that it seems like the second heat we're dealing with is stronger.
But everyone, except for the Deerfield hurdle crew, must be behind the faded white line. Here come your leaders. Here come your leaders.
They're gonna get it. Oh boy, 4th place might even still get it. 5th might get it. 6th is in for a stretch. And we're at 9:10 now, 25 seconds to go. Ben Crane in 1st place from Notre. He gets it, beating the state time by 15 seconds. 2nd place gets it. 3rd place is gonna get it. 4th place and 5th place are coming in close. 4th place gets it. And 5th place gets it. Our top 5 from this event make state. Nobody from the last event.
We did it.
It's amazing how this heat has done.
Some current
The next wave finishes now.
Evan Parker, Felix, Hester, Brian Hatum, Nate Weiner, Ben Crane, all going to Charleston.
State is in Charleston.
yeah, congratulations. So just some current team scores of the leading teams so far. In 1st place, Mount Prospect with 59 points, Hersey with 44 points, and Glenbrook South with 37 points.
We're now heading into the hurdles event. The Deerfield crew is going to be setting up. This is going to be 100-meter hurdles, where if running's not enough, now you got to jump.
We have a nice round of applause for Heat 2 of the 3,200 5 state qualifiers.
And it's going to be 100-meter
from
hurdles.
the Class 3A Deerfield sectional. What a field.
Indeed, what a field, as described by our public address announcer, Randy Oberemt. Nate Wenner with personal record, Evan Parker with a PR, AJ Svienti also with a PR. Some PRs have been coming in.
There are 4 heats of the 110-meter high hurdles, all-time finals, heading from south to north.
South to north for the high hurdles.
Here's the field for heat 1. In lane 2, from Maine West, Andrew Hernandez. From Notre Dame in lane 3, Anthony Terrell. Lake Forest, Jack Quick is in lane 4, and 5, Kevin Liu of Deerfield. And in heat 1 of 4, from Glenbrook North in lane 6, Ryan Wilson. That's the field, heat 1 of 4. Here's an important announcement. Anthony Tarek, Jordan Landau, Nicholas Arogadande, you must check in immediately. You are scheduled to run in the 110-meter high hurdles. Tyler Landau, Andrew Gadande.
The hurdles seem to be set. We're going to have this event starting very soon now.
Brand new graphic that was produced by Ian Van Every, currently in the press box. Time for Hurdle Crew. That is one very unique feature here about our video board. You can actually make and upload graphics to the video board. Really fun opportunity if you want to, if you're interested in graphic design, art of any kind. We'd love to see your pictures on the video board.
As we get ready to run this first heat of 4 of the 110-meter high hurdles, we want to thank the Deerfield Hurdle Crew under the direction of Coach Scott Friedlander for their assistance. Thank you, Hurdle Crew.
Yeah, once again, big thanks to the Hurdle Crew under the direction of Scott Friedlander.
Well, if you want to qualify for state in this, it's going to be a very, very quick time. 15.4 seconds to run 100 meters and jump over, let's see how many sets, 10 sets of hurdles. That's going to be a challenge and hard to do, but we'll see how many of these sectional athletes can take the leap to make it to state.
On April 15th at the Manuka Smith Strong Invitational. It was run by Evanston Township's Miles Granging, a time of 13:99.
Oh, as we prepare for this event, our athletes are gonna go fast.
This is your first call 800-meter run. Third call 800-meter run. Second call 800-meter relay. First call 400-meter dash. First call, once again, that's the third and final call, 800-meter run.
The tensions is building. 15.4 seconds of going hard, going fast, and pushing yourself to your limit for a chance at IHSA state. These athletes are gonna find out if what they have been working for becomes a reality in the next 16 seconds. That is how quickly things could change.
The starter is getting ready to fire the pistol.
And they're about to go. Warming up, the jumps, getting in their starter stance now. 10 hurdles, 15 seconds. It's all about getting the right start that you need. Now here they go again, getting ready on their starting block. All about getting the right jump at the right second, right when that pistol goes. Off, and there it is. Are off. First hurdle, all clear. Second hurdle, cleared. Third, one hurdle's been broken. Another hurdle hit. They're slowing down. Not a perfect performance from anybody. We're already at 10 seconds. Probably not going to get it in here. Maybe 15.
That's
All might have been a bit shy. Still a good run from everybody. Jack Quick from Lake Forest was about 2 seconds off. Everybody unable to make it exactly in 16. But we're not going to waste any time. We got a new set of athletes who want to give it a try. We're now going to line up.
eBay is in 4 in lane 5, Alexander.
The hurdles are going to be fixed, and the new athletes are going to go. So, in first place on that last one hurdles, Lake Forest with a time of 8.39. Second was Ryan Wilson from Glenbrook. And now we prepare for a new heat. They're ready. Doing their warm-ups of how they're gonna run to go.
Here are the
As
results.
we take a little break.
From that very fast 3,200-meter run. In 6th place from Hersey, AJ Spienti, 9:53.33. In 5th from Niles North, a state qualifier, Evan Parker, 9:33.33. In 4th place from Notre, also a state qualifier, Felix Hexter, 9:30.56. Another state qualifier, 9:24.93 from Highland Park, Ryan Hatu. In 2nd place, qualifying on time, with a time of 9:23.58 from Highland Park, Nate Weiner. And your Class 3A Deerfield Sectional Champion, with a 9:21.62 from Notre, Ben Crane.
Currently 8 people watching our live stream. Thank you for your continued support of your distance crew athletes. The pistol is up.
And they're off again. First hurdle.
Clear, but close.
We have some hurdles, but first in orange can make it. We're at 10 seconds. It's going to be close. We have a top 2. Are they going to make it? They could have. It's going to be very close to see where they're going to mark them in time.
Unofficially 1 and 2.
And he missed it by a bit more than a second. So, in our first 2 heats, no one has qualified from this yet. We're halfway through this event. We're going to have 2 more heats until we wrap it up and move on to the next one.
Okiki Olurutu May in lane 2. In 3, An Patel of Niles North. Loyola Academy's Nicholas Arugundedi is in lane 4. In 5, William Landwer of Notre. Prospects Nathan Sitchy is in 6. In lane 7, Mateo Carmona of Notre. And in lane 8, in heat 3 of 4, from Glenbrook South, Jack Clark. Emmanuel Ofotu, please check in immediately for the 100.
Robert, who's broadcasting baseball?
We are going to be here in the second heat of the 110-meter hurdles.
And here they're about to go. When the pistol goes, now we're going to take another few seconds to warm up, and we are going to start very soon. Runners are ready, and the pistol will now go off. Here they go. No state qualifiers so far. A very strong start except for one. Somebody tumbled into it. A tough hit, but we're going to stay at the top here. We're at 9 seconds. It's going to be close. Another tumble. Very hard to do these hurdles and do them very fast. We might have a state qualifier, but a hard tumble from two runners. See, that's 15.4 beat from our first place runner. Got a 16.14 and not going to make it. Very brutal round that was. It's very hard to run these hurdles and hard when you tumble into it.
Heat 4 all-time finals. In lane 1 from Prospect, Liam Westfalen. David Turos of Deerfield is in 2. Lane 3 is empty. In lane 4, Miles Grandjean of Evanston Township. From Niles West in 5, Chris Rodriguez. Evan Siegel of Evanston is in 6 and 7. Josiah Andrews of Niles North. And in lane 8, in the final heat of this afternoon's 110-meter high hurdles, from Loyola, Henry Hartsfield.
The whistle is blown, getting ready to start the third heat of the hurdles.
Now they're preparing for our fourth and final heat of the hurdles. Still, no one can beat the 15.4 time. We've got it close, but can we get anybody from this heat? It's always the last heat so far in this sectionals that has been the fastest. I think we're going to see at least one state qualifier from this. Let's see. And they're off again. Might have not been the cleanest. One hurdle down, 2 hurdles down. We have one person going very fast. Already in 8 seconds. He might make it. Oh, he has hit a few hurdles. He's gonna make it in 12 seconds. He hit it.
Grandjean of Evanston Township, who had the top time in the state coming into this Deerfield sectional. He's your heat leader in heat 4.
At 14.32. Is that a state qualified? 2 state qualifying times. And the hurdles are not coming off as that ends our hurdles event.
Rodriguez of Niles North and Grandjean of Evanston Township, your heat leaders in heat 4. A reminder to all athletes, and for the remainder of the meet, you can obtain your hip number. You check in at the tent at the 50-yard line. That's your check-in for hip numbers, and then you'll proceed to the bullpen.
Scoring update for Deerfield baseball versus Niles Notre Dame. Notre Dame 4, Deerfield 2.
4 this afternoon in the 100 meters. In heat 1 in lane 1 from Niles North, Kevin McHale. Yar Carreno of Wheeling is in 2. Lake Forest, Wyoming.
This next event is, we're gonna do the same event, but we're gonna get rid of the hurdles. And the state qualifying time is still 15.4, as it seems. That might change, I'm not sure it's been updated. Really should be a bit lower.
1 of 4 of the 100 meters time finals, Chris Irving. The IHSA state qualifying standard in this event, 11.04. With the coaches from Wheeling, Niles North, and Notre, Wheeling, Niles West.
State qualifying time for the 100 meters is 11.
Yeah, the time was 15.4, and that just shows you the difference between the hurdles and the 100 meters, because now the state qualifying time is 11.04. So it drops more than 4 seconds once you eliminate the hurdles. And in 11 seconds, these athletes are expected to sprint a whole 100 meters. We're going to have, Robert, 4 heats of this, right?
Let me see.
And let's take a look at what is coming up in our next few events. Right now we are at the 100 meter sprint.
We have 4 heats. 4 heats.
4 heats this. And let's see where we are going to head to next. 4 heats of the 100 meter sprint. Then we're going to head to 800 meters. We're going to have 3 heats of that. It's going to be a bit of a longer run. And then we go to a 4x200 relay with 2 heats. And we're really only left with, let's take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 events left in our event today. We have already went through 4 of them. So the day is just starting. And this one, just because it's a straight path, it's going to be easier for us to tell who is leading. Don't need to worry about the curves.
Here's a note from meet administration. The 800 meters will run as printed. The 800 meters will run as printed. That from meet administration. This is the third and final call, 800-meter relay. Second call, 400-meter dash. And first call, 300-meter intermediate hurdles. First call.
Athletes are still doing practice runs, working on how they're going to explode, because you can't underestimate. It's about your running, but it's also about your reaction time. You got to go right as fast as you hear the shot, and that really can make a difference in the milliseconds of a second they were counting, because it's 11.04. That's the time to beat if you want to beat it. So
Exactly.
you got to jump at the immediate. If you're a bit late, that could cost you state. You only get one shot at it. One opportunity.
Yeah, every foot contact, every millisecond counts.
And they're ready now. They've lined up. They're about to drop into their stance. It's cool to see when it all happens at the same time. There's the lift, and they're off. Here we go. We're 2 seconds in. They're making good progress. Sprinting. It's been very good so far. Are we going to see a state qualifier from here? Looks like they all did just miss it by a bit.
Lake Forest unofficially in Heat 1 from Lane 3.
Yeah, they all missed it by first place, missed it by 0.5 of a second.
From Glenbrook North in Lane 1, Alex Matsumoto. In Lane 2, Jonah Belden of Deerfield. In 3, Kekper Kot of Niles West. Also from Niles West in 4, Jinwoo Young. In Lane 5, Oliver Cohen of Hersey. Deerfield's Jordan Ross in 6 rather. In 7, Marcus Savoy of Niles North. And in Heat 2 of 4, in Lane 8, from Notre Dame, Nishwan Madden.
All right, we
Here
are.
are your 110-meter hurdle final results. In 6th place, from Prospect with a time of 15:74, Liam Westfalen. In 5th, from Evanston, Evan Siegel ran 15:73. Deerfield's David Toros was 4th with a time of 15:71. Josiah Andrews of Niles North, 3rd, 15:70. And your state qualifiers. In 2nd place, Chris Rodriguez of Niles West, his time 15:09. And your 2023 Class 3A Deerfield Sectional Champion with a time of 14:32 from Evanston Township, Miles Grandjean.
Congratulations, Miles Grangie. Runners at the starting line. They're getting excited here. Sorry if the view is blocked by that little light. But the pistol is raised. Pistol is raised, and we are underway. Pretty much a little bit of a straight line, but it looks like Niles West is in the lead.
Unofficially, that's Kekper Kot of Niles West, Jinwoo Young of Niles West, Oliver Cohen of Arlington Heights Hersey. Unofficially 1, 2, and 3 in Heat 2. Here's the field for Heat 3 of 4. From Maine West in Lane 1, Adam Abobiet. In 2, Jacob Hirsch of New Trier. Glenbrook North's Caleb Young in 3. In 4, Gavin Dorsey of Notre Dame. From Evanston in 5, Camarius Morgan. Glenbrook North's Eli Kahn is in 6. And 7, Paul Eam of Highland Park. And in Lane 8, from Loyola Academy, in Heat 3 or 4 of the 100-meter dash time final, Devian Johnson.
Once again, everybody, thank you for coming out to tonight's broadcast of Division 3A sectionals here at Deerfield High School.
And you can get your Deerfield sectional class 3A souvenir wear from Lightning.
We have our field for the 100 meters, Heat 3.
Thank you.
We have Adam Abobid of Maine West, Jacob Hirsch of Notre, Glenbrook South, Caleb Jung, Gavin Dorsey of Notre Dame, Camarius Morgan of Evanston, Glenbrook North, Eli Khan, Highland Park, Paul Eam, and Loyola Academy's Devion Johnson. And I just want to take a moment here and thank our athletic trainers, Dr. Gabrielle Semino and Carl Lindblad, for being on site and supporting our athletes. With that,
and this next event is on. This is our third heat. Are we going to have a state qualifier from here? We have one clear winner right now.
Notre Dame in the lead.
I think they missed it by, but it had to have been by at least half a second. They were off. Yep. Oh, it was actually 0.22 of a second. Always hurts when it's so close. That's why you got to get the right jump on it and get a great head start.
In lane 1 from Hersey, Nasir McKenzie. In 2 from Glenbrook South, Ben Friedinger. In lane 3 from Prospect, Colin DeVersey. In lane 5 from Prospect, Jack Berman. From Maine West in lane 6, Maxim Makota. In 7, Tucker Engelmeyer of Notre. That's your field for Heat 4.
For Heat 4 of the 100 meters, I'm just going to recap. In lane 1, Nazir McKenzie. Lane 2, Ben Friedinger. McKenzie of Arlington Heights, Hersey. Glenbrook South, Ben Friedinger. Prospect in lane 3, Colin DeVersey. Evanston Township in lane 4, Miles Grandjean. Mount Prospect in lane 5, Jack Berman. In lane 6, Maine West, Maxim Makota. In lane 7, New Trier's Tucker Engelmeyer. And in lane 8, Loyola Academy's Emmanuel Afosu.
Responding to the comment of Saul Lieberman about if it is possible to get a better angle for this race. We are at the top of the press box right now, so this is kind of the angle we have right now.
Yeah, I moved it a little bit forward, actually, just so you can try and see the view a little bit better. We have been testing a wide variety of camera angles, and
please leave your feedback on what your thoughts of the camera angles are and which one you think would be better. This is our 4th and last heat. I think we're going to have a state qualifier from here. I think they might have got it. It's going to be very close. I think somebody from here could have got it.
Yeah. Thanks for the feedback.
And they got it. We have 1 who made it, 2 who made it, a 0.01 second difference between them. And the third one was just a bit shy.
Yeah.
Those are some awfully good 100-meter times.
Yeah.
And please leave us any feedback on our broadcast. We appreciate the feedback we have received about the camera angle. It allows us to make our broadcast better. And if you have any ideas of how we can make this a better viewing experience, please let us know.
1 and 2 automatic qualifiers.
I'm actually going to see if I can slightly fold up the legs because they were a little bit to spread out, actually. There you go. Look at this, people. Now you actually have a camera angle. So there you go.
We have 3 heats this evening in the 800-meter run.
3 heats in the 800-meter run.
State qualifying time 1:59.36. There are 11 competitors scheduled to race in Heat 1, wearing hip number 1, Henry Thuet of Notre Dame. Niles West, Jacob Castro, 2. 3 is Matteo Rosati of Niles West, wearing hip number 4 from Lake Forest, Tyler Bernstein. 5 is Matteo.
It always now appears to be heat number 4 where we get the state qualifiers. The very last heat is where we get things going. So
Maine
that's
East,
something to watch
Saul
out for.
De La Rosa will wear 8. 9 will be Jonah Deal of Niles North. Maine West Frankie Ferrari Olo will wear 10, and 11 will be worn by Marlon John Pante, also of Maine West. That's Heat 1 of 3. Time final 800 meters.
State qualifying time for this upcoming event here is going to be 1:59.36. The 800-meter run, once again, we have 3 heats.
And the time to be here to make it a state is going to be 2 minutes.
That is indeed right. Let's see if we will break it again, because we've had some record-breaking qualifying times this sectional meet.
3 heats we have for this.
4x200-meter relay. Here are the zone judging assignments. Zone 2 will be judged by Bob Shields and Jim Davis of the IHSA. 1 and 3 by officials from Deerfield High School and IHSA officials. That's the upcoming 4x200-meter relay. But here's Heat 1 of 3, 800 meters.
The field for Heat 1. It looks like in lane 1 we have Henry Thuet of Notre Dame. In lane 2, Jacob Castro of Niles West. Matteo Rosati of Niles West. In lane 3, Tyler Bernstein of Lake Forest in lane 4. Matteo Salomao of Hersey in lane 5. Vince Baburski of Lake Forest in lane 6. Brandon Meisro of Glenbrook North in lane 7, Saul De La Rosa of Park Ridge, Maine East in lane 8. This is the starting field for Heat 1 of 3. The upcoming heat.
And they're off now.
And we're underway in Heat 1 of 3, 800 meters, time final.
Thank you once again to the user who requested the better camera angle. We appreciate your feedback. We'll take any feedback to improve the broadcast for everyone. And as I say that, it looks like we get Niles West in the lead, Niles, Notre Dame, and Evanston. Those are the top, those are the heat leaders so far in the 800 meter. The bell lap is coming.
They're about to finish their first lap. Out of 2, already at 52 seconds. They're going to need to pick up the pace if they're going to want to make it to state, they're going to have about a minute. So if they keep the pace, they'll be at state, but it's harder to do when you have a lap already under you. So it's going to be a big push.
We got 1 lap to go. Evanston catching up front. Notre Dame still in second, and Niles West in third. Looks like the sand jumping events are all over now, so all we have left is the track events.
Niles, Notre Dame.
It's going to be close. It's going to come down to a few seconds. We're down to 3 seconds. They're not going to make it. Oh, missed it by a few seconds. It's done now. A lot of hard work, but they all missed it.
That's okay. Maybe the next heat will do it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's always the 3rd heat, which always gets to do it.
Yep.
So I think we'll have the most 8 qualifiers from our 3rd heat.
Yeah. Good news about appointing these heats, especially in a sectional meet where state qualifying is of utmost importance. Having heats for each event, it'll actually give you a better opportunity to get a state qualifier for your event.
Highland Park's Noah Jackson 8.
State qualifier per event.
Worn by Luis Mendoza of Maine East. Notre Dame's Luke Davey will wear 10. And in a field of 11, number 11 will be worn by Matthew Abraham of Niles North. That's heat 2 of 3, 800 meters.
Very nice work here in the first heat. Here we go for heat 2 of the 800 meters.
And we're underway in heat 2. A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the best 800-meter fields in the state here at the Class 3A Deerfield Sectional.
Once again, one of the best 800-meter heats in the entire state. I have very, very high hopes here, Josh, that we are going to get a state qualifier. What do you think?
I think we can get a few here. We're off to a good start already, 30 seconds in and more than halfway through. They might finish their first lap in under 50, and if that's the case, I see no problem why we don't have. And they're also so close, so we have 2 Deerfield runners here. They're going to probably make it at 55-ish. They're going to need to keep up that pace. They have a minute left. A minute to win it. Here we go.
Glenbrook, 400 meters to go.
Down to about 45 seconds. Oh boy, we have a Deerfield in first place leading right now. This one's going to be close. They have about 30 more seconds. If they want to make it, they got about a quarter of the track to go. It's tight right now.
About 3 small gaps here being created in this race.
I think it happened. In 20 seconds to make it. Oh boy, I'm on my feet
20 seconds.
for this. It could happen.
Everyone's going crazy.
Here.
Everyone's going bananas.
7 seconds left. They're going to get it. In first place. Oh, it's going to be close for Deerfield. Everybody's waiting for second place. And he got it by .02. And Deerfield is celebrating. Wow, how close did that get? By .02 seconds.
Out of heat 2. Here's the field for heat 3.
What a performance
From Glenbrook
there.
North, wearing hip
Let's
number
take
1,
you
John
to our
Hersey,
scoreboard.
and 2 will be William Simon of Loyola. 4 is James Lombardo of Loyola. Wheeling Sam Patel is wearing 5, his teammate Jack Ning. 6, 7 is Samuel Teppo of Notre. Hersey's Cameron Donner is wearing 8. 9 is Jack Kleinschmidt of Evanston. And Nutre's Jordan Kreiner will wear 10. Heat 3 of 3, time final, 800 meters.
This is heat 3 of the 800.
This is our third heat, and per the trend we've been following, we had the most state qualifiers, but we just saw how close it got here. It was electric at Deerfield. Let's see if that energy can be continued for this next event. And they're off now.
And we're underway in this very fast heat of the 800 meters time final, heat 3.
Looks like the Warriors have scored a run over at the baseball field. 4-3, Notre Dame. And coming around the curve, we have Glenbrook North in the lead. As they enter the straightaway, Highland Park gradually beating him. Wheeling in 3 and 4.
Lap, this is even better than our last race, or similar. It's the bell lap now.
If they finished in less than 1 minute, I believe they're going to finish in less than 1 minute as well. We are going to get another state qualifier. What do you think, Josh?
I think that could really much happen.
Indeed.
This will be a very fast 800.
Everyone is so...
They're going to have 30 minutes. This is a bit slower than what we saw from the last lap. Not sure exactly if we're going to get it. Usually takes around 30 seconds at this point, but they're really going to be speeding their way through. We're down to about 20 seconds. The final stretch again. It is so electric here again. 15 seconds. I think we actually might get it, and it won't be that close. This might be our fastest runner yet. And we have one state qualifier. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody from that lap looks like they qualified for state. Wow. What
Crazy.
a performance. Every single person beat the state time.
State qualifiers in this one.
Hashtag the moment of the night, Josh.
It was absolutely amazing. Who expected that to happen? Everybody beating the state time. And they have their hands on their knees, but they're about to see their name on the screen as they know that they are heading to state. You should zoom in on the scoreboard when this happens.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. Great call.
We had one person who missed it, unfortunately.
6 qualifiers out of this heat, a total
2
of
who
8.
missed it. They all look like they got it, but they missed it by milliseconds. That's how close it gets.
From this one event, congratulations, runners.
Even though we have that scoreboard overlay on the top left, this is a moment where we can make an exception and say we need a huger picture of this scoreboard because, like, the 800 meter, once again, the moment of the night.
Dash. Second call, 300 meter intermediate hurdles, and first call, 1600 meter run. First call. We're now setting up for the 4x200 meter relay. Zones
4x200 meter relay is next.
Coaches from DHS along with the IHSA certified officials. Zone 2 will be officiated by Bob Shields and Jim Davis, our meet referee and head starter. Officials, please raise the red zone flag. until your zones are ready. Thank you. State qualifying in this event, 1:30:85. 1:30:85.
And this is for the 4x200 relay, so they're going to have to go a bit quicker than what we just saw.
Yeah. I am highly optimistic here, Josh, that things are going to get better here.
Well, we just saw something really high. I don't know how much better we could go, but it's up to the runners to see how far they're going to go.
There are 2 heats this evening in
Yeah.
the 4x200 meter relay. These are lane assignments. In heat 1, lane 1 Deerfield, wheeling is in 2, Niles West in 3 and 4, Glenbrook North, Hersey in 5, Notre Dame in 6, in lane 7 Highland Park, and in lane 8 in heat 1 of 2, 4x200 meter relay, Maine East, timed final. Here are your 100-meter final results. In 6th place, Gavin Dorsey of Notre Dame, 11:26. Tucker Engelmeyer of Notre, 11:25, good for 5th. In 4th, Markson Makota of Maine West, 11:19. In 3rd place, from Glenbrook South, with a time of 11:18, Ben Friedinger. In 2nd place, Jack Berman of Prospect, a state qualifier, a time of 10:86 under the qualifying standard, and your Class 3A Deerfield sectional champion at 100 meters, a time of 10:84 from Evanston Township, Miles Grandjean.
Congratulations, Miles Grandjean. The clock has hit 5:51 here in Deerfield Central Time.
Top time in the state this year in this event was run last night down at the Edwardsville Sectional, run by Edwardsville, a 4x200 meter relay time of 1:27:11, run last night.
Just to recap the field for the 200 relay, in lane 1 is Deerfield, lane 2 Wheeling, lane 3 Niles West, Glenbrook North, and lane 4 Hersey, lane 5, Notre Dame, lane 6, Highland Park, lane 7, Maine East, lane 8.
Zones 1 and 3 are secure.
Zones 1 and 3 are all good to go,
Zone 2 is ready.
and so is Zone 2. We have exchange zones for these relays. State qualifying time is 1:30:85. Let's see if we can break it. And we're off. Maine East in the lead, followed by Highland Park and Notre Dame. Let's see if we can make that change. Having those starting pads on the track a reasonable distance apart, they do create some gaps there, as the gap is actually pretty much extinct now.
And it's very fast now. It's going to be a relay, so now they're going to pass they're passing the baton again.
Hersey, Highland Park, Glenbrook North, 400
and
meters
this
to
is
go.
halfway through they pass the baton, so they don't go all the way. And so it's a bit of a level up from the 100 sprint, but oh my, are they going fast.
Yeah. Evanston, Glenbrook North, and Notre Dame and Highland Park.
One more time. Evanston, Glenbrook are close. Glenbrook seems to get the pass first. Here they are off again. Glenbrook seems to be in the lead, but Evanston wants to catch it up. It's very close now. Evanston, Glenbrook in the lead. Looks like Glenbrook is going to bring it home. Are they going to make it into state time? Maybe. I think it could have been a bit too much, but there is a possibility that our first place finisher, was 2 seconds too short.
Here's heat 2. In lane 1, Evanston
And now
Township.
heat 2 is going to
in
line
2,
up to
Glenbrook
go.
South in 3. In 4, Loyola. Mount Prospect is in 5. Niles North in 6. In lane 7, Lake Forest. And in lane 8, in heat 2 of 3, 4x200 meter relay time final, Maine West.
We're now going to move to our next heat, this event.
Correction, this is heat 2 of 2. Heat 2 of 2.
This is our last heat of this event.
IHSA official zone judge, could you raise the red portion of your flag, please? And an important reminder from meet officials, if you are a coach or an athlete, you may remain in the infield. If you are not, please exit the infield. Again, coaches, athletes, people associated with the Deerfield track and field program who are supporting the meet, and officials, you may remain in the infield. The IHSA officials have asked us to clear the infield. If you are not in one of the categories permitted to be in the infield, please exit now. Thank you.
Well, I guess the turf is a floor filler here on Paul Adams this evening.
Do we have a zone judge in 1 and 3 for this second heat? We do, thank you.
Our announcer, Randy, getting some things situated here before we begin the next and final heat of the 4x200. Coming up after the 400 meter, the 4x200 meter relay, sorry, we got the 400 meter, then the 300 meter hurdles, 1600 meter, the 200 meter, and then the 4x400 meter relay.
Zone 2 is secure.
With Zone 2 being ready to rumble, Mount Prospect has accumulated 76 points out of the night. Glenbrook South,
Again,
46.
Request from meet officials to promote
Hersey with 45
safety for
points.
competitors and spectators alike. If
Oh,
you
look,
are
we
not
got a horn blast
an
from
athlete,
the
member of
Amtrak
Deerfield
train behind
staff,
us,
or an official,
saying
please exit
hello
the exit.
as it is
Zones
on
1
its
and
way to
3 are set.
Milwaukee. Deerfield is currently tied with Lake Forest, 11 points, in 10th place. And we are underway here for Heat 2.
And we're underway in Heat 2 of 2.
And this is still our boys 4x200, where they have already passed them, but are not exactly yet. Here, they're gonna pass it now, halfway through.
Lake Forest in the lead.
Lake Forest with a great performance so far. Halfway, or gonna be halfway soon, and if they keep up this pace, we can see them as
400
state
meters to go.
qualifiers.
Loyola made the first pass. That's Loyola.
They're gonna need to speed it up this time, but you
In
got fresh
4.
legs, so hopefully your faster runners are on the back end of this.
Niles North in
They have
6th.
30 seconds left. It's gonna be close. Half a track left. They make the final pass. Here we go.
Loyola and
They have
Niles
15
North.
seconds left. Very loud here. The stadium's electric. Is Loyola gonna do it?
Niles North, Notre, and Glenbrook South.
Loyola got it. It looks like at least we have 4 runners who got it.
Unofficially.
And we already have Loyola has been confirmed that Loyola will be going to Charlotte. And Niles North also gets it. And Glenbrook South. So we got 0.85 seconds to work with if we have anybody else qualify. Still waiting for the time finisher of number 4. It's to be below 1 minute, 30 seconds, and 85 milliseconds.
Very close calls there, Josh.
Yeah. And exactly on the dot, Notre will be going at 1 minute and
They're
30.
in now, 4 teams in.
That seems to be all. And 5 missed it by 0.04. Such a heartbreaker for Prospect.
What amazing
There are 4
effort by
teams advancing
Prospect
to the state
and Lake
meet at
Forest.
Charleston. They are Notre, Glenbrook South, Niles North, and Loyola, 4 through 1. Those are your heat leaders. Heat 2. Here's the third and final call, 300-meter intermediate hurdles.
It's
Second
the final
call,
call.
1600-meter run. First call, 200-meter dash. First call.
We have another heat of this, right? Seems like they're preparing for it now.
They might have just added another heat here.
No, now we're just doing 400 meters, so no more baton passing.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I have to head out now. It's been Josh Coitman. Pleasure being your announcer. I'm going to leave off the duties now for the broadcast to Robert Crable.
Thank you, Josh.
We have 4 heats this evening in the upcoming 400-meter dash. State qualifying time on the scoreboard, bottom right hand of the scoreboard, 50.77. Here's the field for heat 1 of 4. In lane 2, Tariq Hamad of Maine East. Wheeling's Louis Piazzolla in 3. In 4, Andres Weatherby of Hersey. In 5, Rehan Kaja of Maine East. And in lane 6, in heat 1 of 4 from Evanston Township, Amani Christian.
Oh, Tariq Hamad got scratched from the heat sheet for Maine East. So we got Luis Plazola of Wheeling in lane 3, Andres Weatherby of Hersey in lane 4, Rehan Kaja of Maine East in lane 5, and in lane 6, Amani Christian of the Wild Kits of Evanston. We hope to see Josh Coithman on at least another live broadcast here on Deerfield Athletics sometime in this this week and next week left of athletic contests here at Deerfield High School.
The Maine East coaching staff.
Evanston in the lead, followed by Maine East.
Coaching staff, common start finish line. Thank you.
And Hersey. Plazola is in 4th place, all the way in the back. But here comes hip number 5, Rehan Kaja of Maine East. Coming in second, it looks like, is Luis Plazola.
In lane 1, Milo Porter of Evanston. In lane 2, Sully Richards of Glenbrook South. Also from South in 3, Brady Clark. From Niles North, Daniel Lazar will be in 4. And 5, Tyler Woods of Wheeling. Niles West, Isaac Yusfi will be in lane 6. In lane 7, Henry Parker of Glenbrook North. And in lane 8, in heat 2 of 4, from Deerfield, AJ Snow. Here are the results in this afternoon's 110-meter high hurdles. In 6th place, Liam Westfalen of Prospect 1574. Evan Siegel of Evanston ran 1573, good for 5th. In 4th, David Turos of Deerfield 1571. Josiah Andrews of Niles North 1570. And your state qualifiers from Niles West, Chris Rodriguez, a time of 1509. And your Class 3A champion in the 110-meter high hurdles from Evanston Township, a time of 14:32, Miles Grangie.
Miles Grangie is going to state for sure. we have some PRs in the 800-meter run. John Irk of Glenbrook North, Sam Patel of Wheeling, Jake Ning of Wheeling, James Hiltbrand of Glenbrook South, Dane Brown of Deerfield, Declan Ahern of Evanston, Matthew Abraham of Niles North, Luis Mendoza of Maine East, Jeremy Lamb of Deerfield, Noah Jackson of Highland Park, Mateus Salomao of Hersey, Vince Boberski of Lake Forest, Saul De La Rosa of Maine East, Jonah Deal of Niles North, and Marlon John Panty. That is across all of the heats in the 800 meter. Looking for more PRs here as we speak. In the 100 meter, Paul Eam of Highland Park, Devion Johnson of Loyola, Wal El Halabi of Lake Forest, Casper Cott of Niles West, Alex Matsumoto of Glenbrook North, Jonah Belton of Deerfield, Rylan Solis Mui of Wheeling, Asher Stern of HP, Marcus Savoy of Niles North, Angelo Kanunayan of Maine East, Chris Serving of Maine East, Kevin Mickle of Niles North, Gregor White of Lake Forest, Yar Carano of Wheeling. As we are underway here in the 400 meters, the state qualifier time here is 50.77. Let's see if we're gonna break it. In lane 4, we got the Vikings. Niles North, Glenbrook North, your heat leaders this evening.
That's heat 2.
That concluding heat 2, but nobody got qualified to state that time. But once again, the good news about having heats here is actually the fact that once again, you get a chance that if you're either team, if you're walking in the shoes of your team, you get a chance to potentially get a state qualifier, which is a really exciting moment. And even if you're not the person that is being qualified to state, it's always still a good opportunity to, you know, cheer on your teammates
this afternoon's triple jump
and support them.
In 6th place from Glenbrook South, Isaac Matthew, 12:79, 41:11 and a half. Jake Johnson of Glenbrook South was 5th, 12:87. From Niles West, Carol Chmulski was 4th, a jump of 12.91 meters. In 3rd place, Harrison Erdman of Deerfield, a distance of 13.
Harrison Erdman,
in 2nd place,
I recognize his name from football.
Luke Holtmeyer of Prospect. And your triple jump champion.
Speaking of football, ladies and gentlemen, we may actually start broadcasting football games next fall, featuring some possible people who may do it will be Josh Koifman, Brody Sheffrin, Jack Klopfer. Off the top of my head, those 3 people are very interested in doing it. We just have to figure out the logistics of how it'll work in the press box, but we hope we will work those kinks out and actually deliver those broadcasts to you. The student athletes, like when they see our broadcast, they're gonna watch these like 20, 30 years from now. And once they eventually have their families, they can show their kids how well they performed. Very mutual feeling here. It's an amazing thing that we broadcast these games here for YouTube.
And here's
as we are underway here for Heat 3 of the 400, Deerfield leading, followed by Notre Dame and Loyola, Glenbrook North in 4th, and Prospect in 5th. Now in 4th, Glenbrook North in 5th. Sorry, I'm doing camera and play-by-play at the same time, so just bear with me. Camera work might not live up to the best standards possible, but...
That's John Newmoney, Prospect. Inside of him, Loyola's Jeff Belmont, and all the way, Nathan Wolski in lane 8 of Deerfield.
Nathan Wolski, unofficial winner, but it doesn't look like we have state qualifiers this time. Let's see what we can do here.
Here are the scheduled runners in Heat 4. In lane 1, Dylan Parker of Niles North.
Dylan Parker of Niles North in lane 1.
Highland Park's Doug Anderson is in 3. In lane 4, Dominic Belenda of Prospect. From Highland Park, Lucas Nails in 5. In lane 6, Tucker Engelmeyer of Notre. His teammate, Caden Pfister, will run in 7. And in lane 8, in the final heat of the 400 meters, time final, from Niles West, Evan Polak. Again, the state standard in this event,
those of you Notre people, you may recognize this voice, Randy Oberemt, over the PA. He was the athletic director at Notre until 2016, and he retired. He is still announcing track not only here at Deerfield, but also at a whole bunch of other schools.
1,600-meter
He
run.
likes to tour the schools a bit.
Call, 200-meter dash.
So far, I
and
heard
first call,
he's done Lake Zurich
1,600-meter
and Stevenson in
first
addition
call.
to Deerfield. He's done a lot of Lake Zurich. Oh yeah, speaking of Lake Zurich, one of our teachers here, which is a former coach, track coach before Scott Friedlander took office. His name is Jeremy Kaufman, a history teacher. He was the track coach here for a while and then moved to Lake Zurich to coach his daughters that currently go to school there and compete in track. Getting some organ sounds from the baseball field. As we approach 6:17 p.m. Central Time, it's a tied score over at the baseball field. 4-all, Notre Dame and Deerfield. So Notre Dame is very popular to the school here tonight, as we are seeing them participate not only track but baseball too. Upcoming baseball games we got are May 20th.
And we're underway in Heat 4.
May
After
20th.
13 events, Niles West is currently 7th with 19 points. Loyola Academy 6th with 36. Notre 5th with 38. In 4th place, Evanston with 44 points. In 3rd place, Hersey with 45. And in 2nd place, Glenbrook South with 52. Your current leader at the Deerfield Sectional after 13 events with 78 points, Prospect.
Randy just announcing some of the current team scores. Highland Park in the lead, Doug Anderson, followed by Dominic Belenda of Prospect, and Lucas Nails of Highland Park.
Dominic Belenda and Doug Anderson, a great 400 meters. Dominic Belenda of Prospect, Doug Anderson of Highland Park.
So I'm going to just going to say this again. We got upcoming baseball games May 20th,
Anderson and Belinda
May
both under the
23rd.
state qualifying standard. They'll qualify
We have
automatically.
soccer sectionals coming up
There's Lucas Nails
next
of Highland
week,
Park.
Tuesday and
A third
Friday, and then
qualifier.
also girls varsity lacrosse sectionals on May 19th, which is tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They play Highland Park.
Our next event,
The
300
previous
meter
game,
intermediate
Deerfield versus
hurdle.
Highland Park girls lacrosse, they played. It
The
was
state
a
qualifying
dedication
standard
game
in this
to
event is
Morgan's Message, which was
40.84.
designed to eliminate the stigma surrounding student athlete mental health. As I say that here, we have our hurdles all set up and ready to go for the 300 meters. The 300 meter hurdles, high or intermediate, let's see.
There are 4 heats this evening
4 heats.
of our next event, the 300 meter intermediate hurdles.
Intermediate hurdles. Intermediate hurdles. Thank you, Randy. State qualifying time for this event is 40.84.
The top time in the state, run on May 5th at the Glenbrook South Boys Titan Invitational, was by Ryan Schaefer of Glenbrook South, a time of 38:72.
So here is the field for the boys 300 meter hurdles. We have Kevin Leo of Deerfield in lane 2, Andrew Hernandez of Maine West in lane 3,
Here's the field for heat
Glenbrook
1.
North's Ryan Wilson in lane
In lane
4,
2, Kevin Liu
in
of
lane
Deerfield.
5,
In 3,
Niles West,
Andrew Hernandez
Brandon
of
Yuen,
Maine West. From Glenbrook North,
Ryan
Wilson in
Ramos
4.
of Notre Dame in lane
5,
6,
Brandon Yuen of Niles West.
and
From Notre Dame, Ryan Ramos in 6,
Mateo
and in lane 7,
Carmona
Yuen
in
of
lane
4.
7 of
From
New Trier.
Mateo Carmona.
The starting line right here is right over by the baseball field bleachers. And Deerfield just scored a run to get them to get a comeback 5-4. Oh, and another run has just been scored, so then now they're 6-4. Ladies and gentlemen, for more information about the results,
final results in this afternoon's 800 meters.
if you want more information about results, you can go to live.athletic.net.
59:36.
Live.athletic.net. You'll go to 2023 IHSA Class 3A TRB Sectional.
Glenbrook South 159.24.
Deerfield.
New Trier Samuel Teppa 159.09.
That's 2023 IHSA Class 3A TRB Sectional Deerfield.
157.67. Jack Ning of Wheeling 157.19. Sam Patel, also of Wheeling, 156.73. William Simon in second from Loyola, 156.58. Your Deerfield Class 3A sectional champion, a time of 155.26. From Glenbrook North, John Erkey, 8 state qualifiers out of that event. Congratulations.
This is going to be a relatively fast event here at Paul Adams Field.
Here are the results in the 4x200 meter relay. The state qualifying time 1:30.85. In sixth place, Evanston 1:31.27. In fifth place, Mount Prospect 1:30.89. In fourth place, a state qualifier, New Trier 1:30.00. In third place, another state qualifier, Glenbrook South 1:29.99. In second place, an automatic qualifier and a time qualifier, Niles North 1:29.73. And in first place, your Class 3 sectional champion, a time of 1:29.38, Loyola Academy. While we're waiting for that official's red flag to go down, we'll read the results of the 400 meters where the state qualifying is 50.77. In sixth place from New Trier, Nathan Wolski, 52.07. Excuse me, Nathan Wolski of Deerfield, 52.07. From New Trier in fifth, Caden Pfister, a time of 51.19. In fourth place, Jack Armour of Notre Dame, 51.04. In third, Lucas Nails, 49.72 from Highland Park. In second place, and an automatic state qualifier, time of 49.28, Dominic Belinda, your Class 3A sectional champion, a time of 49.24, Doug Anderson of Highland Park. And let's congratulate also Lucas Nails of Highland Park, his 49.72, good for third. Also good for a trip to Charleston. Congratulations.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out when I said we had the overlay, like what the scoreboard says, like, you know, on our actual scoreboard, how we said we would have an overlay down there. It turns out, I think
we're going to read those.
That was actually never up there. We didn't realize that. We do apologize for the inconvenience.
In the triple jump, in sixth place from Glenbrook South, Isaac Matthew, a jump of 12.79, 41.11.5. In fifth place, Jake Johnson of Glenbrook South, 12.87. 42, 2 3/4. Carol Chamuski of Niles West was fourth, 12.91, 42, 4 1/4. From Deerfield in third, Harrison Erdman, 13.08 meters, 42 feet 11. In second place, a state qualifier from Mount Prospect.
Things are getting situated here as we wait on the 300 meter hurdles.
3A Deerfield sectional champion. A triple jump of 13.66 meters, 44 feet 9 3/4 inches. From Loyola Academy, Enoch Apaya Kubi, Congratulations.
I believe we've been waiting for about 5 or 10 minutes for this event to begin. But once again, oh look, we got the whistle blown, so we're immediately resuming to action. Once again, the final results, not only will they be posted on live.athletic.net, but they will also be posted to the scoreboard, which we will show often for the remainder of the evening. Hurdles cleared, but a little bit of contact. Whoa. Oof.
That's Ryan Wilson in lane 4.
Ryan Wilson, lane 4.
Hernandez inside of him in 3.
Hernandez in 3. Whoa. Here are the results coming in.
Here's the field for Heat 2. In lane 1 from Wheeling, Ricardo Rocha Alvarez. From Arlington Heights, Hersey in 2, Ike Ebe. In lane 3, Oliver Batterdene of Highland Park. From Lake Forest in lane 4, Rocco Caputo. Highland Park's Lachlan Knapp is in 5. In 6, Kieran O'Meara of Notre. In lane 7, Julian Parmeron of Glenbrook North. And in lane 8 in Heat 2 of 4, from Lake Forest, Dylan Bleck.
So just going to recap what Randy said here in regards to our second heat. We got Ricardo Rocha A of Wheeling, Ike Ivy of Hersey, Oliver Baterdine of HP, Rocco Caputo of Lake Forest, Lachlan Knapp of Highland Park, Kieran O'Meara of New Trier, Julian Pamarin of Glenbrook North, and Dylan Bleck of Lake Forest. Here's your heat. Getting ready here. Pistol shot, and we are underway. Hurdles clear so far. Nice work by both. Whoa, one is knocked over.
That's Lachlan Knapp of Highland Park.
Lachlan Knapp of HP in the lead.
Also Kieran O'Meara, Rocco Caputo, and Oliver Batterdene. That's Heat 2. Here are the runners scheduled to compete in Heat 3.
Lachlan Knapp of Highland Park in at 43.66. Julian Pomeran of Glenbrook North in second at 44.60. Kieran O'Meara of Notre in at 44.64. Ike Ibe of Hersey in at 44.67. Dylan Black of Lake Forest in at 45.34 in fifth place. In sixth place, Rocco Caputo of Lake Forest High School and at 45.57. Oliver Baderdine of HP. You could see the rest on live.athletic.net here anyway as we get to the next heat of the hurdles. Two scratches already. The field for this next heat here, Tim Cato of Maine East, Glenbrook South in lane 2, Carson Willits. In lane 4, Niles North, Josiah Andrews. In lane 5, Maine East, Jordan Landau. Prospect Antonio Galliano of Prospect in lane 7. Anthony Tyrell of Notre Dame in lane 8. And coming back here for the starter's pistol, just about to go off. And we are off. This is heat 3 of the 300-meter hurdles. Notre Dame in the lead. And now coming in hot, we have
in lane 4,
Maine East
of Niles North, Carson Willits of Glenbrook South.
Sorry, camera was zoomed in a little bit too much. Oof. Oof. Josiah Andrews knocked over 2 hurdles. Hope he's all right.
For heat 4.
Heat 4 coming up.
In lane 1 from Niles North, Am Patel. From Loyola in 2, Henry Hartsfield. Evanston Township's Miles Grandjean is in 3.
Oh, Miles Grandjean.
Ryan Schaefer. In lane 5, David Touros of Deerfield.
Knowing he has won previous events, I am very sure he's going to win this one again.
And in lane 8, in this final heat of the 300-meter intermediate hurdles from Evanston, Lee Muir. State qualifying, the bottom right hand of the scoreboard, 40.84.
The gun is up. On their marks. Get set. Boom. Evanston in the lead, followed by Niles West, and now we got Glenbrook South in the lead. Oof.
That's Schaefer of Glenbrook South, Grandjean of Evanston Township.
Hurdles being knocked over here. And Miles Grandjean, there he goes.
Miles Grandjean.
He wins.
Right at the finish line.
Pretty unfortunate fall there, but at least he actually got to the finish line right there. Looks like our results are coming in. Or are they? Oh, here they go. Oh, interesting. Ryan Schaefer of Glenbrook South in at 38.37. Look at that. A state qualifier. Henry Hartsfield also got qualified to stay, coming in at second place, 40.62. Patel at 41.36. And here we go. Coming up next here is going to be the 4-lap, the mile, the 1,600 meters. Following that will be the 200, and then the grand finale, you know what it is, the 4x400 meter relay.
We clear the infield of anyone not coaching, performing, or assisting in the meet. If you're a parent, guardian, or spectator, in respect to all the competitors, their safety and well-being, please exit
the IHSA
infield.
certified officials for this evening's meet are meet referee Michael Gibbs, starter Jeffrey Bose, assistant starter J. Michael Rebeck, and curve judges Bob Shields and Jim Davis. Thank you to these officials for their work today on behalf of all the athletes competing in the sectional meets. Class 3A sectionals here at Paul Adams Field in Deerfield, Illinois. The clerks of the course and bullpen directors are the couple Ryan Brown and Samantha Brown, along with members of the DHS coaching staff. Finish line judge is Matt Brown, assisted by DHS assistant coaches.
There are 3 heats in this evening's 1,600 meters. We have time to announce the first heat. Will do so. They'll be wearing hip numbers. Wearing 1 will be Toby Galston of Niles West. 2 will be Jesus Campos of Wheeling Lake Forest. Kevin Gustafson will wear 3. 4 will be Eden Look Ajizik of Niles North. Maine East, Adam Mosick will be 5. 6 will be John Ramirez of Wheeling. Niles North, Camilo Lateo, 7. 8 will be Andrew Garcia of Notre Dame. Andrew Gracia, rather, of Notre Dame. Maine West, Gerardo Perez will wear 9. Sherwin Bathula of Maine West will wear 10. In heat 1 of 3, 1,600 meters. State qualifying in this event, 4:23.68.
Notre Dame has came back over at the baseball field to tie up the baseball game 7-all.
We're going to make an announcement here. The white flag is up. We're anticipating the start of heat 1.
For the 1,600 meter, We have 1 runner on lane 1, 1 on lane 2, 2 runners on lane 3, 2 on lane 4, 2 on lane 5, and 1 on lane 6. So the hip numbers in this race doesn't look like they correspond to the lane number.
And
As we are underway,
the top time in the state this year,
top 10 in the
was run on
state
the
this
13th
year.
of May at the West Suburban Conference Silver Boys Meet, was run by Ryan Eddington of Downers Grove North. His time 4:07.91. That was the top time in the state, run less than a week ago.
Oh look, Deerfield came back again, 8-7 for baseball. Everyone is all in one line now. Wearing hip number 5. So we have hip numbers 5, 3, and someone from Niles West coming in. 3 laps to go. 2 laps to the bell ringing.
Adam Morosic of Maine East. Kevin Gustafson of Lake Forest. Toby Galson of Niles West. And Aiden Look.
Aiden Mrozek just led the squad to the finish line with 3 laps to go, and it looks like he is still at it. A large gap there between Notre Dame and Niles North. Here comes Mrozek.
That's the same order now. 800 meters to go. Kevin Gustafson of Lake Forest has taken the lead. Also in the field, Adam Morosic of Maine East, Toby Galson of Niles West, and Aiden Look Ajicic of Niles North. 800 meters.
Just got a thank you from one of our press box operators. Turns out people were using my camera to see that fall by Miles on the 300. Ian Van Every was actually a track athlete here at Deerfield. Niles West in the lead, a close lead to be specific. All runners are in lane 1.
Get ready for the bell lap.
Toby Galson in the lead, followed by Kevin Gustafson.
Kevin Gustafson of Lake Forest. Aiden Look Ajicic of Niles North. And Adam Morosic of Maine East. That's the bell lap. 400 meters to go.
Bell lap, 400 meters down to go. 1,200 in the books. Niles West in the lead, creating a big gap there between himself and Gustafson. Here comes Galson around the bend. He has 100 meters left.
That's Toby Galson of Niles West. Kevin Gustafson of Lake Forest and Eden Look Ajicic of Niles North.
Gulson to the finish line.
Unofficially 1, 2, and 3 in heat 1.
Very nice day out here, getting a little chilly and breezy. 68 at this moment in time.
Here are the competitors.
And tomorrow it should be 71 and rainy. And it looks like Saturday and all the way until, for 7 days straight after Saturday, we have sunny weather, and we're starting to get up into the 80s on Thursday, May 25th. Our hottest temperature we have so far in our 10-day forecast will be on Saturday, May 27th. We get up to 88 degrees. You guys definitely need to get outside that day. So Saturday, May 27th, mark down your calendars, say go outside. Just get outside. Enjoy the vitamin C, vitamin D rather, from the sun.
And here's heat 2.
And here is heat 2. Henry O'Malley, that reminds me of Deerfield teacher Mr. O'Malley in the science department. Prospect in first, Glenbrook South in second, Deerfield in third. Niles West starting to catch up to Deerfield here, and he does so successfully. Unofficially, with 1,200 meters to go, Prospect, Glenbrook South, Niles West, Deerfield, and also Niles West all in a big pack, fighting for first, second, and third. Literally, we only have one hip number on the scoreboard, like for the other page of the heat sheet on the scoreboard. Sorry for any shaky video camera footage here, but Niles West leading. Deerfield, look at it go. Nice press, nice press. Deerfield, Niles West. Now Deerfield, Glenbrook South, Niles West, and Prospect in the lead. Deerfield making a nice comeback. Here comes the leaders. Deerfield, Glenbrook South, Niles West, and Prospect.
Glenbrook South, Henry O'Malley of Evanston, and Boris Dimitrov of Prospect. 2 laps to go.
Very nice packed stadium here tonight on Paul Adams Field here once again, as we approach 2 minutes and 25 seconds into this race. Once again, we got Deerfield, Glenbrook South, Prospect, and Niles West, the leaders. Deerfield has made a huge gap between himself and Glenbrook South. Glenbrook South and Prospect fighting to get second and or third place unofficially.
On the
bell lap time.
Of Deerfield, Boris Dimitrov of Prospect, Cole Branston of Glenbrook South, and Henry O'Malley of Evanston. 400 meters to go.
One lap remaining here, people. I want to hear you guys making some noise at home for your wonderful athletes. Deerfield in the lead, very big gap. And the gap is even bigger than the length of the visitor side bleachers. Let's see how big the gap is around this arc, around this curve. It's getting there. It's getting there.
Reminded, stay behind the faded white. Athletes back behind the rope. Back behind the rope. Here comes Dylan Cohen of Deerfield.
Dylan Cohen is coming.
Of Prospect. Cole Brandstrom of Glenbrook South, and a good race between Dylan O'Malley.
What an electric moment here on Paul Adams Field, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Cohen just won the 1,600 meter. Dylan Cohen in at 4 minutes, 33.78 seconds. Cole Brandstrom of Glenbrook South for 41.11. Alan Sung.
For a very fast Heat 3, wearing hip number 1 from Arlington Heights, Hersey.
Oh, here we go. You know when Randy Oberem says fast, you know everyone has to get super, super excited.
James Lombardo of Loyola.
Really electric environment here once again here at Deerfield High School, home of the Warriors.
Andy Ordway 7, 8 will be Jamie Chandler of Deerfield, Arlington Heights, Hersey. Zach Frater 9. 10 will be Torin Ravi of Evanston, and 11 will be Owen Smith of Prospect.
Let's see who we got camping tents of behind our field. We got Hersey, Highland Park, Prospect, Loyola, Glenbrook South, Wheeling, Notre Dame, Lake Forest, Glenbrook North.
1,600-meter relay. Final call.
The 1,600-meter relay, meaning like the 4x400. I believe that is Randy's synonym of the 4x400. But we are underway here in the 1,600 meter. Everyone is clumping up. We got Hersey in the lead, it looks like. Hersey in first and second, New Trier in third, Prospect in fourth now, I believe. No. Also featured in this heat is Jamie Chandler wearing hip number 8, a freshman on varsity. Jamie Chandler, the second to last person in the pack. And 400 meters in the books. 1,200 left. Tight field. We got Hersey and Highland Park. 1, 2, and 3. Highland Park 2 and 3. Hersey in first place.
Early on, 3 laps to go.
Very early on, very good. State qualifying time is 4:23.68. Coming around the bend here, let's see who we got. Looks like Hersey and Highland Park, they are still the heat leaders.
Of Hersey. Wayner of Highland Park, Hatum of Highland Park, Oscar Dueno Alda of New Trier, and Andy Ordway of Glenbrook South. 1 through 5, 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go here for the 1,600 meters. We're starting to check in people for the 200. Coming around the bleachers here, you still got Evanston, Highland Park, and Notre. Same ones as always. They are staying hot, and very big gap there between Evanston and HB. We're about to hit the bell lap. It's bell lap time.
There's the bell lap.
Jamie Chandler in 6th place, your freshman on varsity.
Hatum and Weiner. New Triers. Bueno Alda, 1 through 4. That's the bell.
They're calling for heat 1 of the 200 to check in at this point in time. Coming around the American flag here, we still got Evanston. And the same heat leaders as always. 100 meters to go.
Liam Naughton of Hersey.
Liam Naughton of Hersey, he's gonna win it. He is so gonna win this, and he's gonna go to state. He's gonna go to state.
Oscar Bueno.
Can he go to state? Can he? Can he do it? Yes! 3 seconds to spare.
Jamie Chandler.
3 seconds to spare. New Trier in 2nd. Highland Park in 3rd. Boy, oh boy. We got a state qualifier, Liam Naughton of Hersey. Oscar Dueno Alda of New Trier came in just 1 second behind at 4:24. Here are your official results. Jamie Chandler came in 4/30 of a second. 30.25 to be more technical.
There are 4 heats this evening of the 200-meter dash.
4 heats tonight.
Competitors scheduled to run in heat 1. In lane 1, Matthew Nangle of Deerfield from Niles.
Matthew Nangle of Deerfield.
3 is Chris Irving of Maine
He is
East.
going to be in lane 1.
In 4, Luke Casey of
And we got the full heat sheet up.
From Wheeling in 5, Alex Lucas. In 6, Martins Facarede of Maine East. From Wheeling in 7, Yar Carreno. And in lane 8 from Deerfield in heat 1 of 4, Pete Galanopoulos. That's heat 1 of 4. IHSA state qualifying in this event, 22.33.
We got Matthew Nangle of Deerfield in lane 1. In lane 2, Eric Kozarek of Niles North.
Best time in the state of Illinois, run last night at the Edwardsville Sectional, was run by Daniel Lacey of Champaign Centennial. His time, 21.26.
So once again, we got Nangle of Deerfield lane 1, Kozarek of Niles North lane 2, Chris Irving of Maine East in lane 3, Luke Casey of Hersey in lane 4, Alex Lucas of Wheeling in lane 5, Maine East number wearing hip number 6, Martins Fakorid. Sorry. Wheeling's number 7, Yar Carreno. And Pete Golanopoulos of Deerfield wearing hip number 8. I am expecting a very electric environment here. So we are going to go all the way to the far end of the baseball field for the 200-meter heat 1 of 4.
After 15 events, here are your top 6 scoring schools. Winnetka New Trier is 6th with 40 points, with 44 points in a tie. And a tie between Loyola and Evanston, both with 44 in 3rd place. Hersey with 45 points, with 64 points. Glenbrook South is 2nd. And after 15 events, your sectional point leader with 86 points.
Prospect. Called it. So going back to the 300-meter hurdles, I'm going to explain some PRs here. Ryan Schaefer of Glenbrook South, Henry Hartsfield of Loyola Academy, An Patel of Niles North, Carson Willits of Glenbrook South, Tim Caddo of Maine East, Lachlan Knapp of HP, Julian Pamaran of Glenbrook North, Karen O'Meara of New Trier, Ike Ivey of Hersey, Dylan Black of... I'll read the rest later. Deerfield is in the lead. Look at him go, look at him go!
In lane 4, Luke Casey in 3, Chris Irving, Casey of Hersey, Irving of Maine East. Very close.
Yeah, very close call there.
Here's the field for heat 2. In lane 1, James Graham of Notre Dame. In 2, Christian Billadou of Highland Park. From Prospect in 3, Nick Carlucci.
Moving back to PRs, Dylan Black of Lake Forest, Andrew Hernandez of Maine West, Mateo Carmona of New Trier, Notre Dame's Ryan Ramos. Those all got PRs for the hurdles.
William Landwer.
Moving back to the 400 meters, we got Jack Armour of Notre Dame, Caden Pfister of New Trier, Nathan Wolski of Deerfield, Jack Belmont of Loyola, Ryan Hauptman of Maine West, Deshaun Pricer of Notre Dame, Henry Parker of Glenbrook North, Danielle Lazar of Niles North, Rehan Kaja of Maine East, Sully Richards of Glenbrook South, Luis Plazola of Wheeling, Milo Porter of Evanston, Amani Christian of Evanston, AJ Snow of Deerfield, Andres Weatherby of Hersey. Those are the personal recorders of the 400 across all heats.
Once again, the state qualifying time in this event, 22.33.
Wait a second, is the state qualifying time on the scoreboard outdated? I think it's outdated. Here goes heat 2. We're about to be halfway done here with the 200-meter dash. Pistol is shot. Here comes New Trier, it looks like.
That's Nick Carlucci in lane 3 from Prospect.
Oh, wearing hip number 8, William Landwer of New Trier.
Landwer of New Trier. Notre Dame's James
Landwer coming in hot.
Of Lake Forest. That's a very close heat 2.
Very, very close. So Landwer won this. Landwer won this heat, 23.40. James Graham of Notre Dame, 23.78, and John Penn of Lake Forest in third, 23.81. The field for Heat 3 announced by Randy Oberempt.
In lane 1 from Niles West, Basil Tate. 2 is Charlie Nee of Prospect. 3, John McGuire of Loyola. Maine West, Adam Boabede is in 4. 5 is Gavin Dorsey of Notre Dame. In 6, Camarius Morgan of Evanston. Glenbrook North, Eli Kahn in 7. And in lane 8, in Heat 3 or 4 from Hersey, Brandon Jenkins. That's Heat 3.
Getting set up here. We are halfway done with the 200 meters. And then after the 200 meters, you know what it is. The 4x400 meter relay. This is when the hype means hype. All right, now we got an up-to-date state qualifying time, 22.33 on the scoreboard. Looks like we're gonna be getting some PRs here. Personal records for states, more like. 200 meters. In lane 1, we have Basil Tate of Niles West, Charlie Nee of Prospect, Adam Abobede of Maine West, Gavin Dorsey of Notre Dame, Camarius Morgan of Evanston, Eli Kahn of Glenbrook North, and Brandon Jenkins of Hersey. John McGuire of Loyola got scratched. But here comes Hersey.
That's Brandon Jenkins of Hersey in 8. In lane 5, Gavin Dorsey of Notre Dame. And in 2, Charlie Nee of Prospect. Lane 5, lane 2, Nee, Dorsey.
Oh, really close. Like, actually really, really close. Charlie Nee, 23-27. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Charlie Nee in first at 23.27. Gavin Dorsey in at 23.32. Camarius Morgan at 23.67. Adam Obelbeed at 23.76. Basil Tate, 23.85. Brandon Jenkins, 24 seconds on the spots. Eli Kahn, 24.04.
Glenbrook South, Andrew Spilios. 3 is Thomas Zambianchini of Glenbrook South. Highland Park's Doug Anderson is in 4. Miles Grandjean of Evanston in 5. In 6 from Niles North, Dylan Parker. Eben Fladlin in 7 from Glenbrook North. And in lane 8, in Heat 404 from Loyola.
We're getting ready for our final heat. We're almost done, people.
State qualifying.
Almost done with the 200 meters. Let's see if we're actually going to get a state qualifier for this heat. We have Ernie Martinez of Maine West, Andrew Spillos of Glenbrook South, Thomas Zamblanchi of Glenbrook South, Doug Anderson of Highland Park, Miles Grandjean, oh boy, let's see if he's going to win this one. Miles Grandjean of Evanston, Dylan Parker of Niles North, Eben Fladland of Glenbrook North, and Emmanuel Afosu of Loyola. I read those all in order by lane number from top to bottom. Here comes Glenbrook South, Niles North, and Niles West all looking to get a win. Oh yeah! There's Grandjean. Grandjean is crossed the line. Turns out that was Evanston, not Niles West. My bad. Yes! Doug Anderson of HP is going to state. Miles Grandjean also going to state, but came in at 22.05. 22.21. Doug Anderson at first, 22.15. Miles Grangine of Evanston, 22.21. Dylan Parker of Niles North, 22.44. Thomas Zamblanchi of 22.50. Eben Flaidland of Glenbrook North, 22.78. Ernie Martinez, 23.15. And Andrew Spillos, Glenbrook South, 23.59.
The infield must be cleared. The infield must be cleared except for those competing in the 1,600-meter relay. So let's begin that process. Coaches, we need your help. If you're not an athlete competing in this final event, please clear the infield.
All right, guys. If you are at home, I actually need to hear you make some noise. I know I can't hear it through these headsets, but you actually need to make some noise because it is time for the grand finale, the 4x400 meter relay.
Is observed.
It looks like we get some music here for this one as well.
Let's clear the infield immediately so that we can allow the 1,600-meter relay runners who have warmed up and prepared for this very
Everyone is evacuating the field
to do their business. Off the infield, please. Deerfield athletes in the northwest corner, exit the facility. There. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Deerfield athletes, if you are not participating, clear the infield. This is an IHSA point of emphasis. We cannot begin the 1,600-meter relay until the infield is cleared. If you're holding up these athletes,
we had to make so many repeated announcements during the wrestling sectionals we had in February about remaining behind the rope area. We got some Timmy Trumpet going from Ian Van Every in the press box. Tensions are high here. Excitement is in the air. It is time for the 4x400 meter relay. Once again, make some noise, people. It is time for takeoff.
There are two heats in this event.
We have two heats in this event.
Relay. Heat 1 will have 8 competitors. Hip number 1, Maine East. 2 is Niles West. Lake Forest is 3. Hersey 4. Notre Dame 5. Niles North 6. 7 will be Deerfield, and 8 will be Maine West. State qualifying in this final event. 3:28:30. Once again, the officials have been instructed by the IHSA not to begin the 1,600-meter relay until the infield is clear.
All right, all the runners coming onto the track here. Everyone is so excited. Everyone's waving to me down there. Some people from Glenbrook South. You can tell it's electric because of that.
Outside the fence. Let's help these athletes who have warmed up and prepared. Let's let them run to their fullest capability. Please clear the infield if you're not a competitor.
I feel so optimistic that this is gonna be like the loudest crowd of the whole night. Like the loudest, actually. Here's your field for the 4x400 meter relay, heat 1 of 2. Maine East in lane 1, Niles West in lane 2, Lake Forest in lane 3, Hersey in lane 4, Notre Dame in lane 5, Niles North in lane 6, Deerfield in lane 7, and Maine West in lane 8. Here we go.
Once again, qualifying time, 3:28:30 in heat 1.
Qualifying time is 3:28:30.
Here are the top 4 team scores after 17 events. Evanston Township with 52, Hersey with 55, 69 points for Glenbrook South, and your sectional leader with 86 points after 17 events, Prospect.
Prospect is still the leading team to score tonight. Starter is giving instructions to all the runners. Let's see if I can zoom in on him as he climbs the ladder. Got his gun up, ready to fire away. And here we go, Maine West, Deerfield, and Niles North, the heat leaders for the 4x400 meter relay so far. Nice big gap there between between Maine West and Deerfield. Niles North and Hersey coming up second and third. Now Hersey's in first. Hersey's in first.
Here comes exchange 1 of 4.
Everyone getting so loud in here.
Hersey, Niles North, and Niles West pass the baton to runner number 2.
Hersey in the lead, followed by Lake Forest and Niles North and Niles West. We are halfway home here at Paul Adams Field, Deerfield, Illinois. Hersey just passed the baton. Same with Lake Forest, Niles North. We got everyone cheering. Big gap there in the lead here. Literally, it's a big gap on all runners. The only 2 runners close together are those in 3rd and 4th, but now looks like they're starting to break it up again. Hersey, Lake Forest, Niles North, Niles West, Notre Dame, Vernon Hills, Maine East rather, Deerfield, and Maine West. Almost 3 minutes into this race here. Once again, this stadium is electric. Check this out, people. We got action. Lake Forest trying to catch up. but Hersey keeps pushing. He keeps pushing. Look at them go!
Now Notre Dame, Niles North, Niles West, and Maine East.
Oh my goodness, do we get to see a state? Oh, brother. But Arlington Heights wins the relay, the first heat at 3:28.86. Lake Forest coming in second at 3:29.27. And Niles Notre Dame at 3:37.26. Heat 2 of 2. This is the bonus here.
Prospect 4. Glenbrook North will wear 5. Notre 6. 7 will be Evanston. And 8 will be Glenbrook South in this final heat of the Class 3A Deerfield Sectional Heat 2 of the 1,600 meter relay.
Time has hit 7:25 here, Central Time in the North Shore of Lake Michigan.
Qualifying standard 3:28.30.
Almost a 3-hour baseball game over in front of us.
While we're waiting for the relay to get underway, here are the final results. In the 300-meter intermediate hurdles in 6th, Tim Cato of Maine East, 42.77. Glenbrook South's Carson Willits in 5th, 41.77. In 4th, Chris Rodriguez of Niles West, 41.73. In 3rd, Am Patel of Niles North, 41.36. In 2nd place, Henry Hartsfield of Loyola, 40.62. And your Class 3A Deerfield Sectional Champion, a time of 38.37 from Glenbrook South, Ryan Schaefer.
Ryan Schaefer winning the 300 hurdles. Deerfield baseball, close game over Notre Dame. They're going to win it 10-9. For more information about personal records, final results for this event, you can go to live.athletic.net. As we are almost underway here, the gun is up for the grand finale, the last heat of the night for the 4x400 meter relay. Here we go. Glenbrook South in the lead, Evanston in second, Notre in third, Glenbrook North in fourth, Prospect in fifth. We're expecting to get some noise over here. Here we go, here comes Notre. Notre in the lead, followed by Evanston and Glenbrook North. Prospect in fourth. Exchange of batons here as we approach a minute to race.
Also Niles West.
Glenbrook North, Notre, Prospect, Loyola in first, second, third, and fourth.
Glenbrook North,
Wheeling in fifth.
Loyola,
Highland Park in
Notre,
sixth.
Prospect,
Glenbrook North in seventh. And
800 meters
Evanston
to go.
Township in eighth. 800 meters to go. Prospect really catching up here, trying to cut the gap and potentially get in the way of Glenbrook North. Let's see it. See what he can do. Bell Lap, it's Bell Lap. Make some noise, people.
One leg to go.
Notre in the lead. Glenbrook North in second, and Prospect in third. Loyola in fourth. Giants in fifth. Wheeling in sixth. Glenbrook South in seventh, and Evanston in eighth. Final lap to go.
Here's the last 100 meters,
Last 100 meters. Prospect leads, and Prospect goes to state.
Highland Park, unofficially, 1 through 5, unofficially.
Here are the results being posted to the scoreboard. We got Prospect, Notre going to state right now. Prospect and Notre are 1 and 2.
The time to make it the bottom right.
Glenbrook North in third, also going to state. Loyola Academy in fourth, also going to state. Like literally everyone here is going to state so far, it looks like. Highland Park, 326.48. Wheeling, 327.84.
Top 6. Wheeling, Highland
Oh,
Park,
Glenbrook South isn't going.
Glenbrook North, Notre, and Prospect.
Great
All
work,
state
everyone.
qualifiers in the 1,600-meter relay. Congratulations, 6 schools. We'll be reading some final results, and then when the meet is official, announcing the team scores and presenting the sectional championship trophy. Here are the final results in this afternoon's 1,600-meter run. In 6th place from Glenbrook South, Andy Ordway, 4:31.34. From Deerfield, Jamie Chandler ran 4:30.25, good for 5th. In 4th place, Ben Crane of Notre, 4:29.69. In 3rd place, Brian Hatum of Highland Park, 4:25.26. And your state qualifiers in the 1,600-meter run from Notre in 2nd place with a time of 4:24.68, Oscar Dueno Alda. Your Class 3A Deerfield sectional champion and state qualifier from Hersey, a time of 4:21.30, Liam Naughton. Here are the 200-meter results. Your automatic qualifying time, 22:33. In 6th place, Ernie Martinez of Maine West, 23:15. Eben Flatlin of Glenbrook North ran 22:78, good for fifth. In fourth, Thomas Zambianchi of Glenbrook South, 22:50, good for fourth. In third place, Dylan Parker of Niles North, 22:44. In second place, and an IHSA state qualifier, Miles Grandjean of Evanston Township, 22:21. Your 2023 Class 3A Deerfield sectional champion from Highland Park with a time of 22:15, Doug Anderson. Here are the 4x400 meter final results. State qualifying time, 3:28:30. In sixth place, and a state qualifier, running 3:27:84, Wheeling. Running 3:26:48, also a state qualifier. In fifth place, Highland Park. In fourth place, with a time of 3:25:86 and qualifying for the state meet, Loyola Academy. Also making the trip to Charleston, a time of 3:25:44, Glenbrook North in third. In second place, an automatic state qualifier and on time, a time of 3:24:39, Notre. And your Class 3A Deerfield sectional champion, a time of 3:24:09, Prospect.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up here is going to be announcing the final
Coaches,
team scores.
You may see Coach Ryan Brown at the base of the grandstand. He has the awards and momentarily will read the sectional scores and present the sectional trophy. Coach Brown, are you ready? After 18 events, here are the team scores for this year's Class 3A Deerfield Sectional. In 10th place with 22 points, Glenbrook North. In 9th place with 23 points, Niles West. Niles North was 8th, scoring 28 points. In 7th place, Loyola Academy with 48 points. In 6th place, Highland Park with 51. In 5th place, Evanston with 52. Your 4th place team was Hersey with 55 points. In 3rd place, Notre with 60 points. In 2nd place, with 69 points, Glenbrook South. And your Class 3A 2023 Deerfield Sectional Champion with 96 points, Prospect. With the coaches and team representatives from Prospect, please meet with Coach Brown to accept your trophy, and congratulations, Prospect, winners of the 2023 Class 3A Deerfield Sectional. Congratulations, Prospect. A special note of thanks on behalf of Athletic Director Nate Flannery to all the coaches who contributed to the running of this very successful sectional meet. A note of thanks to head coach Ryan Brown and the entire Deerfield coaching staff, student athletes, and volunteers for their support of today's meet. Please drive safely.
Thank you, everybody, once again for coming out. I am Robert Crable and Josh Koifman signing off. Good night.